Yeah, g'day, my name's Andrew and welcome to this first video of the restoration and the recompliance rebinning for New Zealand roads of my father's 71 HQ Statesman. So just a little bit of history on the car. It's a 1971 HQ Statesman and the car belonged to my father, and he purchased it back in 1976. And then around 96 it ended up in the back of one of our farm sheds, and then there was like a David Brown trap that got put in front of it, and it kind of just sat there for like 25 years. And there's the ag. That's another project. Talk about that later. And so yeah, about a year ago we ended up getting it out of the back of the shed, and just with the intention of, you know, it deserved better than being stuck down the back of a farm shed. Just wanted to get it out of the shed, give it a clean, get it sort of like, you know, how it is now. And then the next step was, you know, could I get the engine running? And so, you know, I did that. I pulled the motor out, cleaned it, did a few things, carburetor, oil, you know, did all the process of getting an engine running. That's been sitting for 25 years. Huge amount of cleaning on the inside of it. I did all the brakes on it just so it could be in a drivable, although not legal, but just so it was drivable to take it for a little quick sneaky drive down the road. So my intention for the car is to basically try to leave the body in as original condition as I possibly can. So basically how you see it there. And it's funny because I get quite mixed reactions when I tell people what I'm going to do. There's those that just can't believe that I'm going to be leaving it looking like a beater cruising around, and, you know, they say, you know, you're not Jake the Muss from Once Were Warriors. And then there's other people that come along and say, yeah, you just got to leave it as is, because there's only one way to get this look, and it takes about 52 years to achieve it. So obviously there's going to be a little bit of rust work to be done behind both these rear quarters. Down the bottom there's rusted out, so it's going to need a new quarter. There'll be a little bit of work in those sills when that comes off. I'll find out what's under there, and then the dog leg, there's a bit of rust, visible rust there. The cowl I seem to have looks to be in pretty good shape, which is quite extraordinary for these, from what I've seen and what I hear. You know, that's the bottom of the window, and there's no penetration through the actual metal, so it looks like I've done pretty good there. And so the plan will be to basically block the car back, get all this flaky stuff off, and then put a protective layer, you know, something to protect it that's clear. A few dings. I'm going to leave most of the dings in it, to be fair, the ones that are kind of easy to bang out. I'll get the panel guy just to straighten a few little dings up here and there, but for the most part, you know, it's all part of the history of when the old man, you know, hit the post, backed into various fences and what have you. On this side, same sort of thing. A little bit of rust down there. At the bottom of the guards, under the sill. Inside the door jambs is really good. There's some work to be done on the roof. And then again, and there's looking pretty good. And the rear quarter down here as well is going to have to be cut out and repaired. There's the engine. It's a 308. And interior wise it's pretty good. The one unfortunate incident is there's the seat, that stain that was from me back when I was about 5 years old. I dropped a can of raspberry Coke onto it, and you know, prick of a kid, should have been better behaved, and of course now, sort of 35-40 years later, it's come back to haunt me. So that's the car. This is the project. That's that ag that we looked at earlier. No progress there. All right, so I'll leave it at that for now. In the next video, I'll go through what my you know, what my next steps are, and hopefully a bit more progress. All right, guys, cheers.